Hello, everybody. I'm getting echo. Why? That's a little better. Let me know if you're getting echo. Welcome to the night court. It is in session. Night court is in session. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully well. Hopefully well. Let's see who's here tonight. Hello, Lois. Hello, Queen Olive. Hello, Care Bear. Oh, I used to love Care Bears. Let's see. Tommy, hello. Indy Cindy, hello. Sandra Oliver, hi. Julie, hello. Ricky Watson. Ricky Watson, how are you doing, sir? It's good to see you. It's good to see you and be seen. I find that fascinatingly fun. Let's see. Tash, hello. Lisa, hello. Captain, hello. Patches, hi. Kelly, hi. What they are? Are they here? Is that a thing? Hopefully not. But Spreaker is the echo. Is this any better? Nope. Still echo? This never used to be a problem. So frustrating. So frustrating. Is anything better? Nope. I'm hearing it in my own ear. Yeah, there's no reason why this should be happening at all. Hold on. How about now? Did I figure it out? Thank you, Jesus. Or whoever is up there. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's what was it? Me trying to do something different tonight and it not working well. But I think I fixed it. I think we're good. I think we're good now. I think I can still do the other thing that I want to do tonight, and it'll be fine. All right. You know what? Let me take 5 seconds, and by that I mean 49 seconds, and let's do our top 5, shall we? Congratulations to you, top 5. I appreciate you being in the chat a bit early. Ricky's back. Ricky's back on his throne. So how has everybody's week been so far? That's what I would like to know. Congratulations. Of course they did. Of course they did. Oh no. Oh no. That's no good. I don't like it. Tommy's has been interesting. Oh, Care Bear, I'm sorry to hear that. I am up to my eyeballs in packing crates. I hear that. As a military kid, I get it. I get it. Every day is a new day. You are correct. Sometimes you just need 24 hours. I am glad that you're here. I appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that you are here around, and that you've made it. Oh no, Erica, I'm so sorry. But I mean, yay! Yay! I mean, you get to work from home, so that's good. If you like doing that, that's a plus. So good. Good. Oh, well, fine. Good to see you too. The OP, the original Poppity. Yes, Lisa, you're the OP, the original Poppet. So there's some stuff I definitely want to do tonight. Obviously we need to recap trivia from Friday, the emoji trivia. And then also I have a new segment that I want to try and see what you all think. But and I saw you guys talking about this in the beginning. You hope that we can get to some of the trial, which is very fair. It's a very fair message. We're going to go ahead and start with the trial, and then we'll take a break, and then trial and break, and then trial, and then we'll be done. So yay! All right, so let's go ahead and just hop into it, shall we? I think we shall. That's nothing of what I was looking for. That's a little better, maybe. There we are. Perfect. All right. You holler if there's a sound problem, and I will attempt to fix. Which is going to be quiet.
Today, we are in the middle of the state's case in chief. We're ready to resume that proof now. General, if you please call your next witness. Ms. Sowers, if you ask him to step in, please. Folks, if you're wondering why the witnesses are outside, unless they're family members, it's the rule of sequestration of witnesses. Witnesses are not allowed to hear the testimony of other witnesses, and so we keep them outside until their testimony. So sometimes it causes a delay in getting them in here. So if you come up here to the witness stand next to Officer Thompson. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in the case now on trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes, I do. Thanks, sir. You may have a seat. Once you're seated, you may repeat your mask and testify.
What's your name, sir?
Andrew Gerard Wise,
And by whom are you employed?
Walmart stores.
How long have you been employed by Walmart?
17 years.
And what do you currently do for Walmart?
I work with the asset protection division of the company.
If you would,
Walmart.
describe to members of the jury what your duties and responsibilities are as an asset protection manager.
Sure. So we apprehend shoplifters. We help ensure the safety and security of all customers and associates while on the property, assist law enforcement with any requests they may have. And we're also the custodian of records for any kind of incidents or requests that we have.
And as a custodian of the records, does that also include the video surveillance system within Walmart stores?
Yes, it does.
Okay, I want to talk to you about 2016. Were you employed by Walmart at that point, sir?
Yes, I was.
In what particular store?
Turkey Creek, Knoxville, Tennessee.
And at some point, did you get requested by investigator Jeremy McCord to pull up video from a certain date and time, sir?
Yes, I was.
And have you had a chance to look at those videos prior to testifying today?
Yes.
So I'm going to show you what the pre-mark for identification of states collective exhibit 348, 349. Do you recognize those packets, sir?
Yes, I do.
And with regard to exhibit 348, if you could describe what that is.
Sure. This is video surveillance. This is a snapshot, a video snapshot of a customer making a purchase at our store, the Turkey Creek store.
Hold on a second.
Okay. All right.
Give us just a second, folks. Our report boarding system is all digital, and we can have a little difficulty with this computer freezing up the last 6 weeks. No, yeah, mine shut down too. It just happened to wake up, but it was working earlier. Yeah, they're all showing on too. But let me just try. Before I send y'all out, let me try my high tech in IT training. I'm turning it off, turning it back on. And that projector just shot up and said info lost.
I thought that said strongest, and I was like, that's one way to put it.
I mean, I've got control of it, but it's not finding any. No.
I saw it happen. It happened. It quick that there's an info lost.
Yeah, we're on the-
Let's restart the text info.
I don't know.
You're not missing anything. They're talking about turning it off and turning it back on again. So, technology. Let's see. We've taken a break. We're chuckling.
That's not a good bathroom real quick. Anybody need to go to that?
Bathroom. Yay, being able to fast forward.
Now.
All right, let's try this again, shall we?
All right, everyone, you may be seated. State way to call it, jury. Defense way to call. Welcome back, folks. Sorry about that. It seems to be working now. Hopefully that won't happen again. General, just to be sure, I'm pretty sure it cut off right when we stopped you. But if you go back a couple questions and recover that, please.
You want me to just start over, Jeremy?
I think we're good after you got up to 348 and 349. So if you would just start with that.
Sure. With regard to exhibit 348, sir, if you tell us what that is.
Sure. This is a video snapshot or a couple of video snapshots in relation to purchase at one of the registers at Turkey Creek Walmart. Looks like there's a female making a purchase of multiple items. Okay. The next video snapshot is the same female exiting our general merchandise exit of the Turkey Creek Walmart. And the third video snapshot is the same, but at a different angle.
Okay. And the disc that accompanies that collective exhibit, sir?
Excuse me?
In the disc that accompanies that collective exhibit?
Yes, disc as well.
Would that be the video of the screenshots?
It would.
Okay. And with regard to exhibit 349, if you tell us what that is, sir.
349 is a video disc as well as video snapshots of a male subject entering the grocery side vestibule of Turkey Creek Walmart. Second video snapshot is a close-up profile of the same subject. Third video snapshot is the subject selecting items from our health and beauty aids department. The fourth video snapshot is the subject purchasing items at one of our self-checkouts. Snapshot 5 is the same subject exiting the grocery vestibule after the purchase. Same with video snapshot 6. And 7 is a vehicle
Not today,
with a
Satan.
license plate.
Okay. And the disc that accompanies that collective exhibit, sir, is that the video footage of the snapshots?
Yes.
Now, exhibit 350 is a business record affidavit. I know we have Mr. Wise here, but we received it anyhow, so at this point we need 350 minutes
It's affidavit for which these records.
for the Walmart 33 Knoxville.
But is the Walmart
This is 350.
nice?
That is the-
I'm guessing it's nice. Hi here. I'm JT.
I'm next going to show you what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibits 351 and 352, sir, and ask you if you recognize those documents.
Yes, I do.
And if you tell us what Exhibit 351 is, sir.
Sure. Exhibit 351 is a purchase at our self-checkout, number 46, on November 26, 2016 at 3:35 p.m.
And was that receipt provided to you, or a copy of that receipt provided to you in order to help you identify what register the transaction was made at?
Yes, it was.
Okay, with regard to the next exhibit, you can tell us what that is, sir.
Sure. This is also a transaction. This is at one of our attended checkouts where a cashier is actually present. This is register 3 on 11/26/2016 at 12:18 p.m.
And was that receipt provided to you in order to help you?
It was during COVID, so
Yes,
it's
it was.
got the
At this point, we move in State's Exhibits 348, 349,
protections up and stuff, but it was,
352.
yeah.
Got 348, 350, exactly 351, 352.
They're sick of all of us,
These are all-
especially when you hold them
We're gonna have to
accountable.
publish just a snippet this week, not that video.
Folks, the Attorney General has published
Good grief.
parts of 348 and 349. Again, you can watch the whole video.
Hi,
during the
Cheryl.
break if you'd like.
Sir, directing your attention to the board with regard to Exhibit 349, sir. I'd ask you to look at this and you can tell us what we're looking at.
Sure. This is video of the male subject entering our grocery vestibule on November 26, 2016 at 3:26 p.m.
And again, directing your attention to the board, you can start with this, sir.
Okay, this is the same male subject making a purchase at self-check number 46 on November 26, 2016 at 3:34 p.m.
And with regard to Exhibit 348. Directing your attention to the board, you can tell us what this is, sir.
Sure, this is the Turkey Creek General Merchandise vestibule, and there's the female that made the purchase on the other snapshot exiting the store.
How many votes, General? Yes.
Nice pull. Good reference.
Your Honor, next we have a 902 business record affidavit, which was sent to us from a Walmart in Baton Rouge by Leanne Walter Hildebrandt. She is the keeper of the records for the loss prevention, or front-end manager, excuse me, and has provided us.
I think they were just showing her to provide some continuity, as in the register. She was leaving that. You can see that this is the same exact camera, same exact place. This is the same woman, and then I'm guessing he's about to come out behind her. I think it's for basically posterity purposes, just to say, hey, look, we didn't grab these from all different places.
With a sufficient 902 affidavit. Included in that affidavit is the law enforcement request form, as well as the physical receipt from a transaction that occurred on November 21st, 2016. We'd ask to enter that as State's Exhibit 353.
Any additional objections?
No, just reaffirming our prior objection.
But the 353, if you received in that evidence, there won't be a witness here to testify as what it is. They provided an affidavit that I deem completely sufficient to establish the records for admission.
Use your microphone like a big boy.
Your Honor, we ask also the public employee, through Mr. Wise, based on his knowledge of keeping the records, that this directing your attention to the board, you can tell us what we're going to see.
Sure. This is a self-checkout at a Walmart store, specifically self-checkout number 47, dated November 21st, 2016 at 3:25 p.m.
And based on your knowledge and training experience as a loss prevention manager at Walmart, does this appear to be a Walmart store?
Yes, it does.
And what would help you make that decision? In fact, Walmart?
This is pretty much an exact layout of a self-checkout register. You got the Walmart blue right at the top there. Behind, you'll see a whole bunch of different items and stuff like that. That's usually our as seen on TV section next to the self-checkouts or just one of those last-minute item sections. In addition, I can see to the right where he just put his hand. That's a Walmart bag, and I can see some other Walmart bags and stuff to the left-hand side there.
And is it a product or do you sell totes at Walmart?
We do. And that is actually what he is purchasing. It appears to be a blue Sterilite type note.
At this point, we pass witness.
No questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You can sit down. You're free to go.
Thanks, sir.
Next one's.
Here we recall Sandy Campbell.
Let me just have 1 minute, just, you don't need to send a jury out, I just want to make sure that they know what evidence to pull.
Just here with just a minute, folks.
Good morning, man.
Good morning.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Officer Campbell, you understand you were still under oath from yesterday?
Correct.
All right, you may continue.
In addition to obtaining a video as well as capturing photographs and processing physical evidence, what do you recall collecting pieces of physical evidence throughout the residence?
Throughout the residence, yes,
Specifically, did you collect a soup pot from the kitchen?
I did.
If I could get item number 18, please.
The chain here, but it won't get so long.
Somebody broke down?
I did.
The photo shows what's in pre-marked States Exhibit 354 for identification and ask if you recognize this document.
I did.
Just a lot of red tape.
What it is.
It is the box that contains the stock pot that was on the stove.
And you have a-
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're going to move the microphone up. There you go. Say that again.
Again, if you could describe what,
It's the box that contains the stock pot that we found on the stove.
and you have a knife?
I do.
Actually, break the seal on that. If you could just hold it up, I think that'd be sufficient.
Oh no.
Where was that located in the residence?
This was on the stove.
We'll move that in as State Exhibit 354.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor, subject to
Previous one, yes. And the received is good 354.
Did you also collect the cell phone, ma'am?
If it has my name on it, I did. I don't recall specifically. There was a lot of evidence on that scene. It would, yes.
Feel free to just upload this way.
I don't.
I'm going to show you what's been pre-marked as States Exhibit 355.
My guess is they have to show it and verify it
Yes.
in order to enter it into evidence.
It is the pink cell phone that was on the kitchen counter.
And at this point, we move that in as States Exhibit 355.
Any objection? All right, folks, the court is going to receive exhibit 355, which purports to be a cell phone. I want to clarify to you, this physical cell phone itself is what is in evidence, not the electronic contents. So if during deliberations, if you look at that cell phone, you cannot bring out a cord, charge it up, and open it up and look through it, okay? It's just the physical phone that's in evidence.
And Officer Campbell, did you also collect an empty oxycodone pill bottle from the kitchen that were in your photographs?
Yes.
And while we're looking for that, ma'am, did you also collect 2 wallets?
Yes, sir.
And from your photographs yesterday, can you describe where those wallets physically were?
Where they were?
Yes.
They were on the table in the eating kitchen. Yes, sir. It's the keys as well as the 2 wallets. The first wallet.
That would be his
This
mother's wallet.
The first wallet that was on the table in the kitchen. It's got the driver's license of Lisa Guy in it.
Welcome to the party, pal.
And as part of your duties and responsibilities, you also inventory the contents of that wallet.
That is traditionally what we did. I don't think that I was personally the one who did that for this in this case. The next item in the bag is a brown man's wallet. And this one has the driver's license of Joel Michael Guy with an address of Golden View Lane. And then there's a set of keys for a Kia vehicle.
We move this in as collective exhibit 356.
Any objection?
Going back to the pill bottle, ma'am. Do you recall where you recovered that pill bottle from?
It should say on the packaging if it's the pill bottle in the kitchen.
Showing it's been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 357 for identification. You tell us what's in that bag.
Yes, this is the empty prescription bottle that was on the kitchen counter.
We move that in as State's Exhibit 357.
Any objection? 357.
You also collect a purse from the same table in the downstairs dining room.
I did in the eat-in kitchen. That table is where the purse was.
Showing what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 358 for identification. Showing that right up there.
Yes, so this is the purse, the magazine, and then there was some cash sitting on the table as well. This is all 3 of those items.
And we move that in 358.
358.
Did You also collect a doorknob with a real estate lock attached to it.
Yes.
Quick pause. I forgot to do something in the beginning. That's on me. But we have put together a little intro video for you guys so you could take a look at some of our new mods. Welcome new mods. Thank you so much for going through the rigmarole that we put you through. Hopefully it helps. A lot of that stuff's put together very intentionally so that you don't feel like you're drowning. Because sometimes there's a lot going on in this chat. Sometimes. All right, let's get back.
Showing what's been pre-marked in States Exhibit 359 for identification. Ask if you can identify that.
Yes, so this is the doorknob with the real estate lock attached to it. It was in the kitchen sink. You'll remember in the pictures, it was in some fluid.
Ask if you can break the seal on that. You can hold that up for numbers in the chat. What it is.
It's a blue real estate lock with the doorknob, half of a doorknob attached to it. And you can hear that there's a key or something inside.
Is that in the States Exhibit 359? Where you found that lockbox, did you mention it was in fluid?
Yes, sir.
Do you recall collecting gloves at the residence at 11434 Golden View Lane?
I do.
Show you what's in pre-market States Exhibit 360 and ask if you can describe what that package is.
So these are the two gloves that were on the kitchen counter near the pill bottle. There's two of them in there.
Move that into States Exhibit 360. You can also collect a bleach sprayer from the kitchen floor,
I did.
as well as a roll of black trash bags.
Yes.
Show you what's been pre-market States Exhibit 361. Ask if you can recognize that.
Yes, this is the bleach sprayer that was in the box, the green
You
box
are
on the kitchen floor,
tearing
and
me
they rolled black
apart, Lisa!
plastic trash bags. This is the roll of trash bags with multiple ones attached. And this is the bleach sprayer.
Speeding this up.
So this is fingerprint dust from where we processed it for latent fingerprints.
We're gonna go to 1.5.
No, we moved that in the States to 361.
Without objection, will be 361.
Did you also collect several bottles of bleach?
I did.
Some listed pre-marked the States to 362, and asked if you could identify that back.
Yeah, so this is 2 bottles of bleach that were in the kitchen floor there when you first made entry into the residence, that large pile of all that other stuff. There was bottles of bleach in there as well.
Ask you to break the seal and show them everything.
Oh my goodness. Can we just look at the jury and say, do you trust me? Yes? That's what it is. Who cares? I'm all about the integrity of a trial, but whoa.
This is the first bottle.
And again, the black and color appearing substance on them.
That's fingerprint powder.
States to 362.
Objection will be 362.
You also have cause to collect a bottle of muriatic acid and baking soda.
I did.
That's why we're on 1.5.
So it's been pre-marked as
If they did, it'd be 30
363,
seconds
and
long.
application asks if you could share that with those students what that package is.
This is a
bleach.
bag of baking soda and a bottle of muriatic acid.
If you would break the seal on that.
This is the baking soda. It's 13.5 pounds. And this is the bottle of muriatic acid.
In regard to the muriatic acid, is there some volume of substance missing from that bottle?
I don't recall if it was open or not.
Look at it in the States to 363.
Objection, it'll be 363.
And in the course of your investigation, did you also collect buccal swabs and other DNA swabs from within the residence?
We did not collect any buccal swabs within the residence because those are cheek swabs, but we did collect
Show and tell got
swabs.
And
weird.
did you also collect buccal swabs, not at the residence,
Correct, yes,
specifically from Joel Guy Jr.?
I did.
How many, Coach John? Showing first what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 364 for identification. Do you recognize that package?
I do. This is a set of buccal swabs, which are cheek swabs from the defendant.
And if you want to describe the members of the jury, what you do when you take buccal swabs from the interior of someone's mouth.
I don't know.
we
That bleach was a
have
great value brand.
like just large Q-tips, essentially, and then we just gently kind of scrape the inside of the cheek of the person whose swabs we're collecting, so that we have their DNA standard.
Now we move that in as State's Exhibit 364.
Any objection?
Of course, you know, we filed with this earlier. Essentially, I would get that into the record too, but no additional objection.
No additional objection. It'll be 364.
Next, showing you what has been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 365 for identification. You can describe what that package is.
These are swabs that we recovered on scene from the handle and lid of the stop pot that was on the stove.
In the process of taking swabs from a piece of equipment or a pot, how is that different than what you did with Mr. Guy?
So in this kind of situation, what we would traditionally do, because the pot surface on the exterior is dry, so we would do a technique that we refer to as wet swab, dry swab, where we would dampen one of the two swabs that come in the set and run the damp one along with the dry one right behind it at the same time on the surface to be swabbed, so that it collects, first moistens, and then second, the first one moistens and the second one collects the possible DNA, what we refer to as touch DNA.
We move that in as State's Exhibit 365.
Not further objection. 365.
Next, showing what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 366 for identification. Do you recognize that package?
Dude, be safe, please. That's a long time.
This is 6 sets of buccal swabs from the defendant.
And those swabs that you physically took.
Yes.
We move that in as State's Exhibit 366.
366 without further objection.
And last showing what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 367 for identification. Do you recognize that package?
Yes, sir. This is an additional set of buccal swabs from the defendant.
Again, is that buccal swabs that you physically took from Joe Guy Jr.?
Yes, sir.
We move that in as State's Exhibit 367.
367.
Is that the entirety of the physical evidence that you took from 11434 Golden View Lane on November 28th, 29th, and 30th of 2016?
I couldn't tell you specifically without looking at the property list to see
Here
if there's anything
come
else that I had
Men
personally
in
collected.
Black.
We'll pass one, Sean.
Good morning again.
Oh boy.
The liquid that was in the sink, was that tested, or was that first preserved and second was it tested?
We did collect a sample of it, and I'm
Compound
not
question.
sure if
Objection.
it got sent off for testing or not.
But you did collect a sample. of
We
it.
did.
Thank you.
Yeah, John.
Just briefly, with regard to the lockbox, based on your training and experience, did it appear that there was other substance in the sink beyond water?
I thought that it might be water and bleach mixed together, but I have no way of confirming that.
Thank you. No further.
Any further reprocessing?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, Officer Campbell. You may sit down again. All right,
Ricky Tassie.
Dude, Dean, man. Feel better, please. Good grief. That's a lot, sir.
Now, next to my hand. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give in the case now on trial be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, not the God?
I do.
Thank you, Officer.
Your Honor, please, what's the next exhibit number?
Yeah, 368.
Can you state your name for the record, please?
Officer Tracy Passy,
And can you tell the jury what your job is, what your occupation is?
crime scene.
You work for the Knox County Sheriff's Office?
Yes,
And did you work for the Sheriff's Office back in April of 2017?
yes, I did.
And as part of your responsibilities, did you submit an article of evidence from the Golden View Lane address?
I collected evidence at that address.
Okay. May I touch the witness?
Someone tried to choke an elephant.
Can show you exhibit 368 and ask you if you can identify this packaging?
Yes, that is my packaging.
And can you identify what that is for the jury, please?
It is one Oral-B toothbrush that was collected from under the vanity in the master bedroom.
And when you collected that, what did you do with it afterwards?
We brought it back to the building, packaged it, then it was submitted for DNA.
To the TBI.
Yes,
Okay, thank you. That's all I have.
Cross-examination. Any objections, 368?
Just a continuing objection.
Yes.
No questions.
Thank you, ma'am. You may sit down. You're free to go. Next witness. Please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give in this trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
State your name for the record, please.
Mason David Burkhoff,
Where are you employed?
Knox County Sheriff's Office.
And were you employed at the sheriff's office back in March of 2017?
I was.
And at some point, do you recall going to the Regional Forensic Center located on Sullins in Knoxville?
Yes, ma'am.
Approach the witness. Can you tell the jury a little bit about the purpose for you going to the Forensic Center?
On the day in question, I was going to pick up a DNA sample.
Okay. And I want to show you Exhibit 369 and ask you if you recognize this.
Yes, ma'am.
This is your packaging. And can you tell the jury what you picked up? Identify.
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
I'm
I
just
actually
happy
picked
you're
this
here
up.
too.
It is a DNA card from the Forensic Center.
Did you return that to the Knox County Sheriff's Office?
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Any objection to 369? So, yeah, that'll be 369. Any cross-examination?
No questions.
Thank you, sir. You may step down. You're free to go. Thank you. Next witness. Yes.
Rapid fire. What? They're showing up now. When did they start showing up? Queen Olive, thank you so much for gifting a membership. Allie B, thank you as well.
All right, folks, our next witness is going to be somewhat lengthy. We can always take a break in the middle of their testimony, but before we begin it, does anybody
Laura
need a break
Brunson
now?
and Donna G,
So
welcome.
raise your hand. No? Everybody good? All right, gentlemen, please call your next witness.
He said the next witness was going to be lengthy. Hopefully it's not because there's a bunch of evidence that they have to. No, it's not looking like that. We'll see.
You please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give in the case now on trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, help you God? I do, sir. Please have a seat, sir. Once you see you may remove your mask.
I'm still blown away that they have the gifts that are now up. No, this is at 1.25, but I'll slow it to 1.
Morning, officer. Tell us your name for the record
My name is Officer Jeremy T. Walt,
and by whom are you employed?
the Clinton Police Department in Anderson County, Tennessee.
In what capacity?
Patrol.
Okay, I want to talk to you about
A little
2016, sir. Were you employed with the Knox County Sheriff's Department?
The
Yes, sir.
And in what capacity were you
segment I
employed with
have
the Knox County
planned.
Sheriff's Department?
During that time, I was a forensic
But let me put a poll.
officer.
Let me put up a poll.
And if you would, describe to the members of the jury what kind of training that you undergo as a forensics officer with the Sheriff's Department.
In 2015, I went to the NFA, the National Forensic Academy. It is a 10-week course. You'll go over just about each week. You'll go over things like crash reconstruction, bullet trajectory, crime scene analysis, just a bunch of very good training.
Any training that has to do with blood spatter?
Yes, sir. There is a course of blood stain analysis.
Okay, and at the time you were forensics officer with the Knox County Sheriff's Department, were you subject to annual retraining or continued training?
Yes, it was kind of like on-job training.
And I specifically want to talk to you about November 28th, 29th, and 30th of 2016. Do you have cause on those days to respond to 11434 Golden View Lane here in Knox County?
Yes, sir.
And what was the basis of you responding to that address, sir?
Not on
Um,
my account. I have to shift.
I was a
Brandy's, but
secondary
here we are.
officer or secondary forensic unit. And I responded to, it was an after the scene. Basically, everything had been either moved around or removed from the scene when I went there.
And is it fair to say that the physical evidence at that point had been removed?
Correct. There were still evidence per se, is like blood on the walls and stuff like that, but a lot of stuff was moved.
Okay.
Taken.
And what did you do as a secondary officer on that day with regard?
You did not have to super chat that comment. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you. But I see what you're saying now. I see what you're saying now. I'll get it back to 1.25. I think that's a nice in the middle.
To the crime scene at 11:34 Golden View Lane.
Thank you.
I went to take pictures of some blood that was on the walls all upstairs, like the hallway. There was a back bedroom. There was blood back there.
And have you had a chance to view those photos before testifying today, sir?
Yes.
He's regretting wearing that bulletproof vest.
Starting at 371.
I'll be right back.
I'm approaching what's been pre-marked as states exhibits 371 through 451 for identification. I'm going to ask you to kind of thumb through those and tell us what they are, not individually.
Like go through them and tell you.
Not individually, but do you recognize what those photos
Okay.
are?
Okay. These are the pictures that I had taken while I was there at the scene.
Was it a very accurate copy of the photos you took on November the 30th, 2016?
Yes, sir.
And we moved those in, states exhibits 371 through 451, and we got the photos.
No further objection on the exhibits 371 through 451. You may promise. I get the LEDs there.
This is a picture at the top of the steps, if I'm not mistaken. That's a wall that's to your right, that leading into right there, a little farther to your left, where you see the bedroom. That is, if you're at the top of the steps and you take a left and go all the way down the hall, there's a bedroom back there that's like a workout room, if I'm not mistaken. And this is in that room. And I just took a picture of a door that was in that room. Just another close up of that. Picture of the blood that was in the area, the largest amount. Just another picture, same area, just different angle, closer up.
I'm not ignoring you all.
Same
I am
area, just different
grading
angle.
the rest of the quizzes.
It's different angle, same area. That's a little bit farther down the wall from that area. Just another picture, different angle. This is back at the beginning of the steps. We were starting to take or put tape up for measurements and things.
What's the purpose of putting these tapes up?
For one, to see just the distance of how high the blood is sometimes, or you can tell by the distance or the angle of how a blood hits a surface. Same thing, just different photo. Same thing, different photo. Here, I'm just putting a closer ruler just to show measurements of the angles. Same thing, just different picture of angles. Closer up. Just another closer picture. This picture is kind of to show a little bit of a distance to kind of get the whole bloodstain pattern in. Can you repeat the question? What any significance does that number 2 have, if any? It looks to me like a cast off.
Next picture. And what are you doing here, sir?
Same thing, just taking a closer measured picture of that previous picture, but just in a smaller frame. That was the same bloodstain pattern, just the tail end of it, I guess you would say. This is on the hallway closest to the bedrooms. Just getting a measurement of how high the blood is onto the walls.
Next photo.
I think we're just taking a picture just to show how high from the floor. Here, just showing the length of the blood droplets. Same thing, just showing angles and measurements. This is back in the workout room. I think we measured off the highest amount of blood that the farthest up that it went, or we could find.
And again, just for clarification, this is after the initial crime team has been through the residence?
Correct. I had come, I think it was a day or so or a couple of days afterward, me and Captain Park, to just take more pictures of the scene.
Okay. Next photo.
Just marking off measurements.
Next photo.
Just trying to give a visual of what we were seeing. I mean, it looks busy because there's a lot of cast off. There's impact spatter. So we were just trying to get overall pictures of everything.
Next photo, sir.
This photo, we were just taking measurements and showing it looks like could be smearing, like maybe blood transfer, a lot of movement.
Next photo, sir.
We were just showing the height of the window.
Next photo.
Here we're trying to show the angles of the blood droplets and which direction they're going. The tail of the blood droplet tells you where it was going. So a lot of times when we're putting these measurements, we're just trying to show you the angle and which direction it was going.
And using the screen before you, you could mark on there what you're talking about with these tails.
Mark on it. Okay. I'll use this one right here because it's the largest one. I'll use this one right here as the ones
If you could speak in the microphone.
I'm sorry, I moved away from it. I'll use this one right here as the one I'm referring to. The way the blood droplet hits on the surface, you can look and tell by the angle which way it was going, because the tail will tell you that's where it was going. So it was going this direction. That doesn't really, if that makes sense.
And if you could go into the top right hand of the screen and go to the clear button, sir.
Top right, clear.
Yeah, just do the little green arrow at the top. Tap that on
Oh.
the menu and then scroll down to the bottom left.
Easy.
Thanks, sir. Next photo.
This is where we were taking swabs, DNA swabs of certain areas. When we do this, we'll take a picture of the swab next to what we're going to take as a sample. And the next picture should be with the same area, but now it should have been wiped where it'll.
This photo, sir.
Correct.
Is that the process that you described?
Yes, sir. That's the same thing I'm showing, that the swab is clean. There's nothing on it. And the next photo will show that the swab has the reddish brown substance. At the time, we didn't know, so we're just making sure. So the next video, or I'm sorry, the next photo will show this area is void of the blood pattern.
And again. For clarification, what you're illustrating, this photographs is pre-swab and then post-swab.
Correct.
And again, sir.
Same thing, just picking random spots out.
This photo, sir.
This is a photo walking into the front door. I guess you could call it like a foyer. It splits, goes upstairs to the where the scene actually was. I took a picture of this open foyer just to show just the condition of it as soon as you walk in the door.
This photo, sir.
At the time, I wasn't, as I was standing there, I wasn't quite sure what that was. So I just took a picture of it. I know what it is now.
Next photo, sir.
I didn't know what that was, so I took a picture of it also.
Next photo, sir.
These were, I think they were filled with gasoline that was outside in the garage. I think that's where it was.
No gas mask.
Next photo.
Just a picture of a table that showed use, that people had been out there.
And where is this table, sir?
I believe that is also in the garage. I'm just trying to show that there is a liquid inside.
And is there liquid in all three of those gas tanks?
Yes, sir.
In this photo, sir?
Just showing the measurement of how much each one of those can hold.
Going back, is it fair to say there's roughly 15 gallons of gas in those three?
Yes, yes, sir.
Next photo, sir.
I believe this is a bedroom that is off of that main hallway. If you're upstairs and you take a left, I believe this is one of the bedrooms that's off that hallway.
Next photo, sir.
Anytime I take a picture, just try to take an overall of the surroundings inside the room.
And directing your attention to item in this bedroom, did you ultimately collect these tops to bins that were located in this bedroom?
I don't remember. I can't remember if I collected those or not.
Photo, sir.
This is just the other side of the bed.
Next photo, sir.
A top to like a lid to a Tupperware or plastic tub.
So how many tops to plastic tubs did you find in that bedroom?
I think there were two. That one and then the one that was behind the closet door.
Next photo, sir.
This is at the top of the stairs, kind of like the open area where it splits to go off the different directions.
I want to show you what's been pre-marked as States Exhibit 452 for identification and ask you if you recognize that package, sir.
Yes. Yes.
If you could describe what that is, sir.
It's one of the swabs that was in the pictures.
Say which room that swab came from.
This one is from the exercise room wall.
And that was depicted in your pictures.
Yes, sir.
All right, we move that in as States Exhibit 452. Next, I'm going to hand you what's been pre-marked as States Exhibit 453 for identification and ask if you recognize that package.
Yes.
And if you could tell us what that is.
It's also another one of the blood samples for collection for DNAs. And this one's from the gate.
And was that also depicted in your pictures?
Yes, sir.
Now, at this point, we move that in as States Exhibit 453. Last, I'm going to hand you what's been pre-marked as States Exhibit 454 for identification and ask if you recognize that package.
And now for something completely different.
It's that time of the show again when we like to do a quiz. I quite like the quiz. Have a listen to the question and then chat what the answer is. Okay, I get it. It's your chance to show us that you're smart. I am very smart. And if you fall to pieces, well, at least you played a part. That's okay. It's like watching Pointless or going on the chase. So just sit back and relax and let us quiz on your face.
Oh no, I don't like the sound of that.
Quiz on your face.
Oh no, come on, please no.
Quiz on your face.
Stop that. Stop it. Stop it.
Quiz on your face.
Oh, it's everywhere.
All right, so I couldn't hear any of that. I hope you could. Obviously, I have it routed wrong. Something's going on. I don't know. I've given up tonight. I've given up tonight. Let's hop into this, shall we? I think we shall. All right. Usually I have everything ready to go, and here we are, not ready to go. Okay. Quiz party night. I'm glad you guys heard it. Thank you. One of those nights. I think the Eagles had a song like that. One of those nights. All right. So a reminder that your September winners. Hold on. There. That's a little bit okay. So your September winners. The congrats to you all. If you haven't gotten me your address yet, please send it to me so that I can send you out what I have. Which, if you missed it last week, I just got in a new postcards that I will write and sign, of course, and then also a card which says, God, what does it say? Member of 13th jury. If I'm arrested, call the chart lady or brother Brewmeister. So make sure you send me stuff. Make sure you send me stuff. We don't have meditation tonight. Sorry about that. How are you going to know if you got the extra points? Here's how you know. If you submitted something of substance, you got them. And you all submitted a lot of great stuff, a lot of great things, a lot of wonderful suggestions, things you liked, but also wonderful constructive things that you'd like to see. And so thank you very much for that. Thank you very much for that. If I listen, just remind me when you email me, just remind me. If you already emailed me, just reply. Okay. So next up. So our quiz party topic last week was emoji. So here's our first there's our first question. And the answer was, oh, by the way, you all did flipping phenomenal on this. There was so much green on my chart. And I had to actually give you a pie chart because a lot of you are tied for various places. A lot of you did this quiz, but at the same time, I only made it to 6th place. That's how many of you tied and things like that. So, all right. So celebrity, the winner. Well, the winner. The answer is Penelope Cruz. And you can indeed, tonight's the night to put answers in the chat, so that's fine. So yes, it was Penelope Cruz. Okay, next. Here was question 2. A city. Some of you had some silly things in there. No. I'm sorry, I'm gonna let it come up. No. I go with the substance of the answer, not the spelling in this case. So if I could recognize the fact. Now listen, if you're typing in wingdings, not points. But in this case, yes. So as long as you the answer was Bangkok. Oops. So somebody answered, and by the way, I'm not making fun of you because I absolutely darn you for making sense. I actually really thought this was funny, but somebody put Las Vegas and I almost died falling out of my chair. So I mean, that's how it's spelled. That's how the whole word's spelled if you put it together. All right. Number 3. Movie. I think everybody got this. The movie was Ocean's 11. Kelly. It did me in today. So Ocean's 11. Number 4 was a band name. And that band name was Blink-182. Somebody wrote when we were doing the quiz, like, that's not technically a blink. And I was like, but if I do the actual, like, closed eyes, you're going to think it's something else, like sleeping or some crazy thing. So, just pretend it's somebody who can only blink with one eye, which there are. All right, number 5. Movie. Now, this one had some folks divided. However, the correct answer is this. Home Alone. So it was Home Alone. All right. Number 14. Children's book. Oh my gosh, this went straight down the line. You guys, everybody got this one. This was Charlotte's Web. That's funny. I mean, that's fair to protest. But that was the answer. Number 7. TV show. That was Twin Peaks. Take that set of emojis how you will. Spider Pig does whatever a spider pig does. I did hear that. I haven't heard anything further though. I loved Home Alone. The first 2 were amazing. They've gone too far, but they've done too many. But I like 1 and 2 were fantastic. All right, the next one. Movie. It was Silence of the Lambs. One was definitely the original, but in the second one, you had that line, "That was the sound of a tool chest falling down the stairs," which I love. Oh, Silence of the Lambs is by far my favorite movie too. It's dark. It freaks people out when I say it. But here we are. I'm in good company. Book. This one was pretty clear cut, straightforward. It was The Kite Runner. Number 10. This was a candy. Now, it was brought to my attention that not everywhere has this candy. So everybody got the points. And everybody got the points because everybody guessed it right too. So, but I just letting you know my thought process there. The candy is Atomic Fireball. And I don't know if you have the same experience as thank you. Believe it or not, it's the Insta-Dry Trolls collection, and with a matte top coat. Did I not say Kite Runner was a book? Did I say it was a movie? Yeah, book. Yeah, okay. Phew. Huh. I don't know if anybody has the same experience as me with Atomic Fireballs, but it was always like during a celebration after a soccer season when I was a kid, and like they used to have them, and that's when I would get them. I wouldn't go out of my way, but I do like them. I don't know why. Maybe they make me feel alive. All right. Oh, if you said Kite Run, you got it. All right. So I don't know why I thought this was going to trip you guys up, because every single one of you got it. But this answer was, who framed Roger Rabbit? That's fair. That's fair. Okay, that was number 11. Number 12. Movie. Ba-ba-da. This was Lady and the Tramp. I was trying to look up Tramp, and they basically say Tramp is a tramp. But it's supposed to be a mixed breed, including Schnauzer, but it's overall just a terrier mix. I didn't know the answer. Yes, this was indeed 12A. You are correct. And nobody got tripped up by that. So sorry if you did. My apologies. 12B, band name. This was Boys to Men. I don't know. That beard kind of questionable whether men, but it was pretty straightforward. All right, so this is a very informal board. There is no, so it's hard. This was difficult. This is why I gave you the pie chart, was because there were so many of you in the same place, and I didn't want to like put places by, but it's like top down, and that doesn't mean that you're in last place. It doesn't mean they're all shared. So, but this will give you a good idea of kind of where everybody is. We had 12 people in first, 4 people in second, 4 people in third, 5 people in fourth, 3 people in fifth, and 1 person in sixth. However, I will say this: you all got, out of the 16 points available, nobody got less than a 12, I think. So y'all nailed it. So well done to you all. Now, the question is, what's Friday's topic? I think you'll like this one. I'm kind of excited about it. It kind of just came to mind today. So here is Friday's topic. It's Guess That Silhouette. So it will be a combination of cartoon, maybe superhero, maybe animal, maybe it's gonna be recognizable. But it will be Guess That Silhouette. I think you'll like it. I'm excited about it. So hopefully you are too. That being said, let's head right on back to the trial, shall we?
Yes. It is also another one of the swab collections from
Correct.
the exercise room wall.
It is a pelican.
Yes, sir.
They're aggressive and silly looking pelicans.
You recall collecting 2 large bins from 11434 Golden View Lane?
Yes, sir.
You recall where they were located?
No, I cannot recall where I collected them
Were
from.
they empty at the time that you collected them?
Yes.
The crime scene had been processed by the time you collected them.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Let me show you what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 455, sir, and ask you to recognize this.
Yes.
And if you would describe what this is, sir.
It's a large. It's a large plastic container, like a hard plastic container.
Same plastic container that you collected from 11434 Golden View Lane?
Yes, sir.
And we moved this in as State's Exhibit 455. Yeah, I'm approaching this time with what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 456. I'm going to ask you if you recognize this evidence, sir.
Yes, sir.
And what is it?
It's another one of the large containers, plastic containers.
Is this a container that you collected from 11434 Golden View Lane?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask, sir, at the time you collected them, are the lids separate and apart from the physical, or the larger portion of the containers?
I don't remember if they were on the top or not.
And your pictures, were they depicted in another room? The lids?
Yes.
At this point, we've moved in the State's Exhibit 456.
For the projection date 456.
Pre-marked as State's Exhibit 456.
No, get them away. Take
Yes,
them
it's one of
away.
The gas cans that was in the garage.
And how many gas cans were in the garage?
There were 3.
Were they all have separate-
No gas cans. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. If car A and car B leave at the same time, and one is going 25 miles an hour and one's going 30,
Anyone else, you can leave your notebooks in your chairs. We'll take about a 10-15 minute break.
why? Why is the volume so quiet? Oh.
On the photographs that we just
This thing kind of close to your mouth, but this is really screening everybody off, so that pick up through that. We're not here. Okay.
Did we, on the photographs that we just published, there were a couple that were left out of this stack that we have. And when we have our lunch break, I'm going to include them to make sure it matches up with what was published.
I got you. All right, yeah. And hopefully we're still right on our numbers. We can fudge that if we need to. Okay. We'll figure it out and leave that. All right, go ahead, bring him in. Folks, please rise for our jury.
Cheap, cheap.
Are you going to have an objection to their?
Thank you for that break. We're ready to resume the state's proof. General,
Thank
please
you,
call your next
Dallas. Thanks for that membership. I
witness. Do you
appreciate
solemnly
it.
swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give
Welcome
is
in,
now
Doodle
on
Mom
trial, the truth,
NC.
the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, help you God. Please have a seat, sir. Speak in the microphone. Once you're seated, you may remove your mask.
Oh, yeah.
Your Honor, preliminary matter, I think we've come to an agreement as to a stipulation as to the expertise of Brad Park as a latent fingerprint examiner.
All right. You could state your name, sir.
Brad Park.
And who you work for.
I am currently retired. Knox County Sheriff's Office.
And you work in forensics, including fingerprints, correct?
Yes, sir.
Does the defense stipulate that Mr. Park is an expert in the area of like examination?
Fingerprint examination, yes, sir.
Yes.
Folks, the court is going to recognize Mr. Park as an expert in the area of latent print examinations. And what it means when the court recognizes a witness as an expert, that allows that witness to render their opinion within their area of expertise. Now, just because an expert witness has rendered their opinion does not mean that you are bound to accept it. Just like every other witness, it's your job to determine the weight and credibility to be given to his testimony, but he is considered to be an expert, and so he may render his opinion.
Thank
What's your name,
you.
sir?
Park.
Welcome, Angie
And, at some point
McLaren.
recently, were you employed by the Knox County Sheriff's Department?
Yes, sir.
And how long did you work for the Sheriff's Department?
Approximately 24 and a half years.
And what assignments did you have over your course of your 24-year career?
When I was first hired, I started in corrections. I was a fingerprint officer in booking. I was then transferred to the then crime scene unit. Went to patrol for several months. I came back to the forensics unit and there until my retirement of last year.
I want to talk to you about November the 28th, 29th, and 30th of 2016. Do you recall working 11434 Golden View Lane on those dates, sir?
Yes, sir.
And what did you do with regard to the crime scene at 11434 Golden View Lane?
My responsibilities were initially to supervise the personnel, to evaluate the scene, resources that we need, all the aspects of processing to make sure it was done the most efficient way, in addition to actually helping process myself.
Okay. And in regard to helping process yourself, did you have cause to lift a palm print from the upstairs guest bathroom?
Yes, sir.
Showing sir what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 458 and ask if you recognize that document, sir.
It's an image that that Officer Finch has scanned in to the AFIC system in the responding match. This is not the actual latent card that I submitted to Officer Finch.
Is that an image of the latent card that you submitted to Officer Finch?
It appears to be, yes, sir.
And if you would describe the process of lifting a latent print, particularly from a sink, and how you achieve that?
A latent print is one, it's a print left by your hand, fingers, palms, that's not readily visible at the time. It is a pattern of oil, moisture, grease that you exude from the pores of your skin. You apply fingerprint powder, which is a very fine volcanic ash, and that powder adheres to the ridges where the moisture is or has been left by your fingers or your palms. The powder becomes visible. The pattern, you know, or you assume, you evaluate if it is a fingerprint of value to lift. When you decide that it is, we use lifting tape. Very cautiously, you lay it on the print. It adheres, the adhesiveness sticks to the surface with the print, and you gently peel the tape off whatever surface you're printing. And that gives you the image of the latent print that is now visible. And that's preserved on a latent print card.
And then when you're comparing a latent print to an identified individual? What's the process you go through for that, sir?
Again, Officer Finch was our fingerprint officer, myself as an auxiliary. He would evaluate the latents in any case given to him if it had enough information, pattern, ridge detail, and if he chose that it is of value. We have two different fingerprint systems with the agency. He scans those in. He tells the computer, gives it information as to the pattern, if it's a whirl, if it's a loop. He specifically marks individual minutia points, which are individual characteristics on that latent print, gives it the most information that you can determine, and you submit it for a search. And the database contains hundreds of thousands of fingerprints that Knox County possess through all the agencies when people are booked into our jail, in addition to the database of the FBI. It searches, it tells the operator, and gives a respondent. Sometimes they're 9, sometimes they're 12. That respondent list can be filtered. And that is what the computer thinks its most probable match. It's the operator's responsibility to go through each one and to either verify or eliminate that print. And it could be the first respondent. It could not be any of them. You keep searching until you exhausted all measures.
Okay, and fingerprints that are maintained in the FBI database, for example, the simple reason that the FBI has your fingerprint, does that automatically mean you've been in trouble, or does the FBI maintain those for other purposes as well?
There are many purposes: criminal, military, law enforcement, missing persons, background checks. They compile for any reason that anyone needs to be fingerprinted. They maintain that.
And with regard to lifting any prints in this case, is this the only print that you lifted from the crime scene, sir?
I lifted 2.
Now, at this point, we move exhibit 458 in evidence.
Any objection? See 458?
And as the supervising officer in the forensic unit, once a fingerprint is developed, latent fingerprints are analyzed, you then have the responsibility to verify the officer's findings as to each individual print.
Yes, sir.
And did you do that in this case?
Yes, sir.
Direct your attention to the board, if you can tell us what we're looking at, sir.
I'm sorry?
Direct your attention to the board, if you can tell us what we're looking at, sir.
We are looking at a comparison of the latent print versus the known print, palm print that is in the system.
The known palm print, whose palm print are we looking at to the right, sir?
The Joel Guy Jr.
Sorry, one more, Stevens. There were a few things I didn't understand that you were saying. This FBI database of prints includes more than people who have prior records, right?
Yes, sir.
And do you know when you get a print like the one you compare, do you know which database it comes from?
I don't, unless he gives it specific parameters to search that or a special request. Typically, it is the criminalistic side, the people have been arrested,
Right.
Unless it's specifically asked for an additional database.
So are you telling the ladies and gentlemen of this jury that Joel Guy had been in the system prior because of some prior criminal activity?
That I do not know for certain.
Right.
Officer Finch was the one operating and retrieved that print from the system.
And when he retrieves a print, when he gets a possible match, does it indicate the database that it comes from?
I do not, to my knowledge, it doesn't.
Okay. And so do you know the total number of prints in the FBI database?
No, sir.
And then obviously then you don't know which percentage of the total is based on prior criminal history.
No, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir. You may step down. Next one.
Compensation?
Please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm that testimony about to give in the case now on trial will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? This has been sir. What you see to be made.
Tell us your name, sir,
Thomas Finch.
and by whom you employed?
Retired from the sheriff's office.
Okay, and how long did you work for the sheriff's department?
28 years.
And when you say sheriff's department, it's Knox County Sheriff's Department?
Yes.
And what roles did you hold over the course of your 28-year career with the sheriff's department?
I worked in jail for the first 5 or so. Worked on the task force for a couple months. Worked in narcotics for almost 2 years and did over 20 years in crime scene.
Okay, and what type of training did you receive in your time in the crime scene unit?
As far as latent prints go, the basic FBI classification school, latent print development techniques, latent print identification school, advanced palm print identification school, FBI photography school, and the National Forensic Academy. And the last training I had was the Universal Latent Workstation training at the FBI.
And beyond the latent fingerprint training that you've undergone, have you also undergone training on processing crime scenes, working in the forensics?
Yes.
And I want to talk to you about November of 2016. Did you have cause to respond to 11434 Golden View Lane here in Knox County, Tennessee?
Yes, I did.
And did you assist in collecting physical evidence from that crime scene as well as searching for latent fingerprints?
Yes.
Sir, in the course of collecting physical evidence, did you have cause to collect a USMC K-bar knife
Yes.
and 6 spacers from the upstairs guest bathroom?
Yes.
I'll show you what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 459 for identification and ask you if you recognize that package, sir.
Yes.
And if you would describe for members of the jury what it is, and if you wouldn't mind speaking to the microphone, because these jurors out back.
It's a one USMC knife and 6 spacers.
Okay, and if you could break the seal on that, sir. Ask if you could hold that up and describe what we have.
It's a USMC knife with stains on it.
Hold it up. You kind of show it so that the people in the back can see it. All right, thanks, sir. You're gonna remove that in as State's Exhibit 459. You also have cause to collect 2 knives from the exercise room in the upstairs 11-434 building unit.
Yes.
And I also want to ask you about a labeled knife, Victorinox kitchen knife from the hallway, sir. Do you have cause to confiscate that knife as well?
Yes.
Show was marked as States Exhibit 460 for identification. I ask you if you recognize that package, sir.
Yes.
And what is that package?
It's one Victorinox kitchen knife.
I should break the seal on that.
Okay.
Hold that up and show it to the members of the. Okay, thanks, sir. Move that in the States Exhibit 460. Sir, with regard to the USMC knife with K-bar identifiers on it, 6 spacers, did you take swabs of that knife, sir?
Yes, I did.
And explain to the members during the process you undergo taking swabs of a piece of evidence.
Take basically a Q-tip, put a little distilled water on it, and collect whatever stain is on there, let it dry, seal it in a bag, send it off to the lab for testing.
And when you say send it to the lab, is that the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation?
Yes.
Okay, with them pre-marked the States Exhibits 461, 462, and 463 for identification, and ask you if you can identify what those packages are.
Yes, swabs taken from knife blade, swabs taken from the knife handle, and swabs taken from the end of the knife.
And for clarification, is that all for the USMC brand knife?
Yes.
And we move those in as States Exhibits 463, 64, or 62, 63, and 61.
That's for the objection, 461 and 463.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Night Court News, where we bring you the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm Brother Brewmeister, and I am happy to be bringing you something new during Night Court, once a week for as long as it seems relevant, I suppose. First up, we have news in crime, because of course we do. What else would there be to start this off, right? That's how I see it. So, an 11-year-old armed robbery in Santa Monica, California. According to California police, an 11-year-old boy tried to steal a bicycle while armed with a knife. A man was sitting in his vehicle at a beach in Santa Monica on Monday, October 2nd, when he spotted two young kids approaching a bicycle that was tied to his pickup truck. When the two children noticed the driver, they immediately threatened to cut him with the knife. They ran away, or the 11-year-old ran away with the 13-year-old accomplice. Police responded at 9:30 a.m., recovered the knife, and found and cited the 11-year-old on attempted robbery and the 13-year-old on obstructing an investigation. They were released into custody of a residential care facility from which they had run away from earlier. When asked for a comment, the 11-year-old said they felt really bad and that he just couldn't handle it any longer because he was too tired. He said this was the first time he was in trouble, and he was typically a law-abiding citizen. Now, next thing we got is cocaine. Because, of course, in Cornwall, in the southwest of England, a bag of cocaine with a suspected street value of over $120,000 was found by avid beach cleaner Jody Harper on August 7th at Upton Beach, just over the Devon border. Jody came across the package while litter picking at Upton Beach. The parcel was delivered to the police station during the afternoon. She compared the discovery to something out of a movie, and searches were carried out by officers, but no further packages were located. Devon and Cornwall police have said that if the drugs belong to you and you wish to collect them, then please pop into the nearest police station and they will assist you. In related news, there have been an increased number of rock band tours redirecting to Cornwall for a brief international leg. Anne Arundel County, a judge on Friday ruled that Ahmad al-Aliwi, Alisa, probably murdered that name, accused of killing 10 people at a Colorado supermarket in 2021 mass shooting, is mentally competent to stand trial. Despite him having schizophrenia, it was ruled that he is able to understand court proceedings and contribute to his own defense. The judge said that he had quote, far improved capacity to elucidate his reasoning and decision-making. In response, he said, "What does eel used by date have to do with it?" Anne Arundel County Police Department have said in a December 9th news release that a 45-year-old man who was a substitute teacher has been accused of bringing a loaded gun into a Maryland high school. The bag was found in his backpack after it was left unattended on October 6th in Glen High School classroom. Administrators alerted the school resource officer who secured the backpack in an office. The gun was a 9mm Taurus, and the teacher is in custody in the county jail without bond as of this past Monday. I don't remember that being in the Substitute Teachers Union guidebook. On to U.S. news. That's not true at all. Yes, it is. There we go. Hughes Van Ellis, one of the last known survivors of the Tulsa Race Massacre, died yesterday at the age of 102. The Tulsa Race Massacre occurred in 1921, and Ellis was a few months old when he and his older sister, Viola Fletcher, fled Tulsa's Greenwood district, known as Black Wall Street, with their family. A violent white mob tore through the black community, ultimately killing hundreds of residents and reducing rows of houses and businesses to ash. The white mob committed arson, shootings, and aerial bombings from private planes. Ellis and his loved ones, like many others, were forced to leave behind their home and all the opportunities that that community would have offered them. This was one of the country's deadliest acts of racial violence, with as many as 300 people killed and more than 1,000 homes destroyed. Ellis urged the family to keep fighting for justice. He was a loving family man and a World War II veteran. I wish to extend healing and positive thoughts to his family and friends, of which I am sure he's had many, and it's stories like that which will continue to inspire us, even decades from now. Now moving on to world news. In the United States, the annual solar eclipse will begin in Oregon at 9:13 a.m. their time and end in Texas at 12:03 p.m. their time. It will then continue to Mexico and Central America, passing over Guatemala, Belize, Honduras, Nicaragua, and Panama. It will cross South America in Colombia and pass over northern Brazil before ending at sunset in the Atlantic Ocean. Conditions to see it are apparently less than ideal, but if you can see the ring of fire solar eclipse, you most assuredly should. When the moon passes between the Earth and the sunlight goes away, Earth becomes dark.
Well, isn't that special?
Oops. Back in 2017, an eclipse which passed over a similar path allowed for viewers to briefly take off their protective shades. This time, experts say don't do it. If you do not protect your eyes, Dr. Kavita Bhavsar, an ophthalmologist at Casey Eye Institute, says, quote, the damage is usually instantaneous, but people may not notice the damage to their vision until an hour or perhaps even after. The things that you're looking out for is blind spots in your vision or any type of diminished vision, not seeing like you were before. When asked for further comment, conspiracy theorists only defended their use of the sun for avoiding COVID, saying that the only thing exposed to the eclipse would be their taint, and it tain't no lie. Well, according to a new study published in the journal Quaternary Science Reviews, cannibalism was a routine funerary practice in Europe about 15,000 years ago, with people eating their dead not out of necessity, but rather as a part of their culture. Experts reviewed literature to identify 59 Magdalenian period sites that have human remains. Most were in France, with sites also in Germany, Spain, Russia, the UK, Belgium, Poland, and Czech Republic, and Portugal. They were able to interpret the funerary behaviors at 25 of the sites, and 15 showed evidence of human remains with chewing marks, skull bones with cut marks, and bones purposefully broken in a pattern associated with the extraction of bone marrow for nutrients. Study co-author Sylvia Bello said, quote, instead of burying their dead, these people were eating them. Cannibalism was not practiced out of necessity. That in itself is interesting because it is the oldest evidence of cannibalism as a funerary practice so far known. When asked for comment, former Prime Minister Boris Johnson said, you mean it's okay now? Would you like a bite of a Tory? It's gamey, but rich. Moving on to stupid news. In a PNC bank in Hollywood, California, an elderly man allegedly handed a teller a note that said, give me the money. The bank teller pretended not to see the note and handed him a bank withdrawal slip. The robber said, I'm not here for that. I am here to rob you. The teller pretended she was having a computer issue and asked the man to take a seat, pointing to a chair. And he did. The teller pretended, as the man was sitting, waiting, police were alerted and rushed to the scene, and James Kelly, 77, was arrested. When asked about it, a local lawyer said, quote, well, this is one guy who's definitely going to get time off for good behavior. You can bank on it. But moving on to the next one. 45-year-old Timothy Nolan of Killen, Alabama, was pulled over by police while driving on the highway. He was driving with a revoked license, and they initiated the procedure to impound his vehicle. During the incident, though, Nolan kept mentioning that there was a hamburger sitting in his car and about how hungry he was. Well, cops retrieved the burger. But before giving it to Mr. Nolan, they performed a burger search. Packed into the patty was a small bag of methamphetamine. Nolan said, I'd always thought it was only in movies, but they spread those buns for a thorough search. I should have known that burger was going to be a meth. A Georgia man is accused of stealing a full wooden porch from his neighbor. The 8-foot by 10-foot porch said the owner was not up for grabs, although the porch was not attached to a home at the time of the alleged theft. Robin Swanger faces a felony charge for theft. Just goes to prove the neighborhood motto. In this neighborhood, you have to watch your step. The owner is currently taking steps to get it back. A man was arrested in Australia for allegedly having started a dozen small fires. The 31-year-old man is from Frankston, just south of Melbourne, where at least 12 fires had been reported in one area over the weekend. When searching the suspect, police found 2 live ducklings in his underwear. Besides the arson, they've now attached animal cruelty charges as well. When reached for comment, his ex said, I've been trying to convict him of that for years. Police put the arson charges on his bill. We hope the duck in his pants wasn't a metaphor. Well, everybody, that was Night Court News for this week. You all have a wonderful night, a pleasant tomorrow, and behave, or you might find yourself on the next edition of Night Court News.
Exercise room, you recall confiscating 2 knives from that room, sir.
Yes.
Next, I'm going to show you what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 464 for identification and ask you if you recognize that package.
Yes.
If you would, tell us what it is, sir.
It's one stainless steel kitchen knife.
You break the seal on it. Hold up for a minute, sir. Yes, sir. Do you have corresponding swabs that were tested for the knife that we just looked at?
Yes.
Your Honor, I have not done so yet. I'll move in brief to Exhibit 464.
Without hearing any objection, it'll be 460.
Next, I'm going to show you what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibits 465 and 466 for identification and ask you if you recognize those packages.
Yes.
And what are they, sir?
The swabs from the stainless steel knife and from the other knife. I don't have the list in front of me of which knife it came from.
Did they come from the previous knife that you just examined?
This one did.
Okay. That's it for me. So at this point, we move in 465 in evidence.
Without objection, it'll be 465.
And is this a swab that you collected as well, sir?
Yes.
From a knife?
Yes.
And if you could refer to your notes and tell us where it came from, sir.
The Victorinox kitchen knife.
And would that correspond with Exhibit 459?
Yes.
Now we move that in as State's Exhibit 466.
Without objection, it'll be 466.
Sir, did you also have cause to collect a collection of gloves from the guest bathroom in the upstairs?
Yes.
First, show you what's been pre-marked in State's Exhibit 467, sir. Ask if you recognize that package.
Yes.
They're making this as dry as cell phone records.
Multiple blue gloves, one blue round brush, several pieces of toilet paper with staining, and a renewed saline contact case.
You know, those items that you subsequently tested for the presence of DNA?
Yes.
We move that into State's Exhibit 467.
Without objection, 467.
Next, I want to show you what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibits 468, 469, and 470 for identification. And ask you if you recognize those packages.
Yes.
You tell us what they are.
Swabs from the front right top of item KK, swabs from a glove in a hallway bathroom, and swabs from swabs from gloves in a hallway bathroom.
Okay. Can you tell us what item KK is, sir?
It's the bag I just examined.
Okay, thanks, sir. Now we move these in as State's Exhibits 468, 469, and 470.
Without objection, it'll be 468 and 470.
So with regard to the last exhibit that we just entered, that being exhibit 467, item 97, sir, can you tell us what else is in that bag beyond the gloves?
One blue round brush, several pieces of toilet paper for staining, renewed saline, contact case, medical tape packaging, Aveeno lotion, 2 Ziploc bags, multiple blue disposable gloves, Charmin wet wipes, and multiple pieces of medical tape.
And that's all those in the last exhibit?
Yes.
And those are pieces of items that you analyzed for drugs DNA?
Yes.
And sir, did you also have cause to collect fingernail clippings from Joel Guy Sr. from his right and left hand?
Yes.
Where did you collect them from?
The medical examiner's office.
I'm showing what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibits 471, 472. Legal mark identification. And can I ask you if you recognize those packages, sir?
Yes.
And if you could tell us what they are.
Right nail clippings of the victim and left nail clippings of the victim, Joe Guy Sr.
At this point, we move in State's Exhibits 471 and 472.
That would actually be 471 and 472.
Sir, with regard to the upstairs bathroom, you also have cause to examine and collect 2 gray Under Armour underpants, shorts, 2 Banana Republic underwear, and 2 white t-shirts.
Yes.
Show you what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 473. For identification, I ask you to recognize that package, sir.
Yes, sir.
And what is it, sir?
It contains 2 gray Under Armour, 2 gray Banana Republic underwear, and 2 white t-shirts.
Your Honor, not yet. I remove that in State's Exhibit 473.
That would actually be 473.
Sir, also, in the upstairs bathroom, guest bathroom, at 11434 Golden Lane, you have cause to confiscate a black and color Samsung Galaxy S5 cell phone.
Yes.
Showing what's been pre-marked in State's Exhibit 474. For identification, and handy this and ask you if you recognize that package, sir.
Yes.
And what is inside the package?
The Samsung Galaxy S5 cell phone.
Is that something that you confiscated on the premises?
Yes.
Sir, we move that into State's Exhibit 474.
That would actually be 474. Again, folks, I remind you, it's the physical phone that is in evidence at this point, not the electronic content. So you can examine the phone, you just can't turn it on and go searching through it. You may continue.
And also in the upstairs guest bathroom at 11434 Golden View Lane, you have cause to confiscate a plastic Walmart bag with red skin potato salad, Baxter zinc ointment, and 1 sock.
Yes.
Again, I'll show you what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 475 for identification. I ask you to recognize that package, sir.
Yes.
And what is inside the package?
1 plastic Walmart bag with red skin potato salad, 1 Baxter zinc ointment, USB, and 1 sock.
Now we move that in as State's Exhibit 475.
475.
Also, from the same bathroom, have cause to confiscate a roll of first aid tape labeled with Equate and antibiotic dermoplast pain relieving spray.
Yes.
Handy with the pre-marked as State's Exhibit 476 for identification, and ask you to recognize that package, sir.
Yes.
If you would tell us what's inside that.
1 roll of first aid tape, Equate triple antibiotic lotion, dermoplast pain relieving, antibacterial spray.
Is that items that you collected in the guest bathroom?
Yes.
And we move that in as State's Exhibits, Exhibit 476. All right, sir, now we'll move on beyond the physical collection of evidence and talk to you about what, if anything, you did with regard to latent fingerprint examination. Did you have cause to attempt and subsequently lift fingerprints from within the residence at 11434 Golden View Lane?
Yes, I did.
Your Honor, at this point, I believe the defense and prosecution have agreed that Tom Finch is an expert in the field of latent fingerprint examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, folks, so once again, the court is going to recognize Mr. Finch as an expert in the area of latent print examinations. That allows him to render his opinion within that area of expertise. Also, once again, just because an expert witness renders their opinion does not mean that you are bound to accept it. Just like every other witness, it's your job to judge the weight and credibility to be given to his testimony. But since he is deemed an expert, he may render his opinion. Make it.
Mr. Finch, I want to ask you, with regard to attempting to lift latent fingerprints from various places within the residence, tell the members of the jury what efforts you took to gather fingerprints, sir.
First, I did a visual inspection using natural light, flashlights. Then, if it's depending on the surface, either plain black powder or magnetic powder to develop the latent fingerprint.
And when you're doing your first visual examination, are you looking for surfaces that you believe, as a latent print examiner, a print would adhere, such as a window or something with a surface where you'd be able to see one?
Correct.
Okay.
Usually a non-porous surface such as glass or plastic.
Okay. And were you able to retrieve any fingerprints from within the residence?
I developed two on bottles that Officer Burnett lifted, but they were inconclusive.
Okay. And did you have any prints in the course of your examination that were conclusive belonging to Joel Michael Guy, Jr.?
That I lifted in the lab, yes.
Okay. And if you would explain to the members of the jury the process that you underwent in obtaining that print and what you subsequently did to make a positive identification.
In the first particular case, I developed it with black powder, lifted two prints, and took them in and entered them into AFIS, Automated Fingerprint Identification System, and got a response back.
And where were those prints lifted from, sir?
That was from a glove box and, the Clorox glove package.
Okay. And the second print?
The second print was actually on the same card. It was a double impression where the individual had touched it twice in almost the exact same place.
So the only viable print you were able to lift, positively matching Joel Michael Guy Jr., was from a Clorox package?
No, that's the only two that I entered into AFIS. The rest were manual comparisons.
Okay, so how many fingerprints in total, just so we understand clearly, were you able to positively identify Joel Michael Guy Jr. As the owner of those prints?
6.
Starting with the Clorox package, tell us what you did in order to come to the conclusion that the fingerprint belonged to the defendant, Joel Michael Guy Jr.
First thing you examine is the ridge flow pattern. Then you start looking for individual points, such as ridge endings or bifurcations that are spatially related on both prints. In other words, you can't have a ridge count of 2 between 2 points on one print and a ridge count of 3 on the other print.
Okay. And when you're doing this analysis, do you have a side-by-side comparison, sir?
Yes.
To show you what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 477 for identification, ask you if you recognize that document, sir.
Yes.
And if you would describe what that is, sir.
It is the latent on the left side and the left thumb of Joel Michael Guy on the right side.
We move that in as State's Exhibit 477 as to publish.
Objection.
Hang on.
477.
Thank you, Your Honor. Fine. Okay, sir. Directing your attention to the board. I believe there's a lady that'll assist in testimony, but explain to the members of the jury what we are looking at, and how you want to know your comparison for this.
Okay. Once again, the latent print is on the left-hand side. The known print is on the right side. All the little green dots you see are corresponding.
And if I could ask you just to speak right in that microphone, just so everyone in the courtroom can hear. Thanks, sir.
All the green dots
Sir?
represent corresponding ridge endings and bifurcations that are consistent on both prints as having come from the same source.
And you spoke about ridges and other expressions that you use in your expertise. Are those apparent in that in those pictures, sir?
Yeah, ridge ending is just a fingerprint ridge like that one that just ends. A bifurcation is where one ridge ending or one ridge breaks off into two, or two comes together as one, however you want to look at it.
And are there any other characteristics of both prints that you took into account when coming to the conclusion that they were of the same person?
Yes. Well, once again, you look at the pattern. Both prints are whorls, which that's the core. Ridge flow is the same. Everything. There's nothing anomalous from one print to the other that would rule it out.
And do you have an opinion as a latent fingerprint examiner as to whether the print obtained on the left-hand side from the crime scene to the standard of Joel Guy Jr. Is the same print, sir?
Yeah, they both came from the same source.
Light bulb.
Yes, sir.
With regard to other fingerprints lifted, where was another location that you were able to obtain fingerprints that you were then able to analyze?
Shorman pack. It was labeled KK. A tape package from KK. A box of gloves from the dresser and upstairs guest bedroom, which is W in the sketch, and a latent palm print turned in by Captain Park.
And if we start with the Sherman wet wipe, and then we'll go through each of those after, but focusing on the Sherman wet wipe bag. Show you what's been pre-marked in State's Exhibit 478 for identification. Ask if you recognize that document, sir.
Yes.
And what is it?
It's a fingerprint from a tape pack in item KK.
At this point, we move in State's Exhibit 478 and ask to publish.
Without objection to 478, did you say a tape pack?
Yes. Which is item 97.
You're directing your attention to the screen. You can tell us what you did with regard to this process.
Okay. Once again, look at the pattern, which this is a tinted arch. You look at ridge flow, and then you start looking at the individual points.
In based your examination, you also have an opinion as to whose fingerprint is on the left side, which is taken from the crime scene, versus standard belongs to Joel Michael Guy Jr.
Yes, they both come from the same source.
Did you also have cause to take a fingerprint from a VWR latex glove box from the guest bedroom?
Yes.
Approach, sir, and show you what's been pre-marked with State Exhibit 479 for identification, sir, and ask you to recognize that document.
Yes.
Can you describe what it is?
It's a latent print side by side with a known print of Joe Guy.
Is that a fair and accurate copy of what you provided?
Yes.
In this case. At this point, we move in State's Exhibit 479.
It's actually 479.
Sir, direct your attention to the board. Explain what are these pictures?
This is the delta area of a fingerprint. The latent fingerprint on the left and the known print on the right. It's an enlargement of a small area.
And what finger is this print from?
That was the right middle finger of the known print.
Again, this is from the glove box in the guest bedroom.
Yes.
And based on your examination, do you have an opinion as to the left print versus the right print?
They both came from the same source.
And the source being
Joe Michael Guy.
Junior?
Yes.
Next, I'm going to show you what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 480 for identification. Ask if you recognize that, sir.
Yes, this is from a tape pack.
And where was that tape pack ultimately within the residence?
That was item KK. I believe that was the bathroom,
Is that
the guest bathroom.
Item KK corresponding to item number 97.
Back to my notes real quick. Yes.
The piece of evidence that you examined is within this pack.
Yes.
At this point, Your Honor, we move that in as State's Exhibit 480.
Yes, sir.
No, Your Honor. We ask folks. Sir, directing your attention to the overhead pad, if you could describe these pictures, sir.
Yes. Once again, on the left-hand side is the latent fingerprint. The right-hand side is another print. Both are tinted arches, and all the visible minutia points that you can see are the same.
And based on your examination, do you have an opinion as to the left print lifted from the crime scene versus the right print from the known standard of Joel Michael Guy Jr.?
Both came from the same source.
And the source being?
Joe Michael Guy Jr.
Before you move on, Joe, I just need to get some clarification. 478 we said was a latent print from the tape pack, and 480 as well. Were there two latent prints from the same tape pack?
I believe that was the same latent fingerprint.
That was one print we just
Yes.
looked at twice.
Yes.
During the course of obtaining the fingerprints, did you also document through photos where those prints were taken from?
Yes.
These would be 30 years old.
Or 81 to about 10.
Materials can be pre-marked as State's Exhibits 481 through 510, sir. I'm not going to ask you right now to identify them all individually, but if you could thumb through those and tell me whether or not you recognize those photos.
Yes.
And what are they?
Pictures of partial latent prints on different items.
Those are fair enough. Your copy of the pictures you took with regard to where you captured fingerprints.
Yes.
We move in State's Exhibits 481 through 510. That's it published.
Or 81 to about 10.
Okay, sir. First photo. What's in the first photo, sir?
Oh, a drinking glass.
Next picture.
It's a different angle of the same drinking glass. The drinking glass with a scale in it. That's a package of the Charmin wipes.
And were you ultimately able to obtain a print from the Charmin wipes?
Yes. It's the same Charmin wipes. It's an intermediate shot. And it's a latent fingerprint on the bottom edge of the Charmin
For a
wipes.
second, I was like, what the heck is on that thing? And then I
attention to the
realized
actual
fingerprints.
latent fingerprint, or what appears to be one. Is this the volcanic ash that has been applied?
Yes, it's plain black powder.
Next photo.
That's the tape pack.
And were you ultimately able to obtain a fingerprint from the tape pack?
Yes. So that's an intermediate shot of the tape pack. And that's the partial latent fingerprint on the tape pack.
And again, the same method using this photo, using the volcanic ash.
Yes. That's a close up.
All right. A little blurry, but next photo, sir.
That's a kitchen knife, stainless steel kitchen knife. Same kitchen knife with a scale. Same kitchen knife with close up of where the print is. And the print with the scale.
And were you ultimately able to obtain a fingerprint from the blade of the knife, sir?
Yes. I don't believe I was able to match it though.
Would you call that in your field inconclusive?
Yes. That's the glove box.
And were you ultimately able to obtain a print from the DWR glove box?
Yes. That's the underside of the glove box. The close up of where the fingerprint was located. The same glove box, just
Fingerprints. Analysis by.
It is not that hard to wire up like 4 microphones.
I want to ask you about patient training and experience. If someone was wearing gloves, would that reduce the likelihood of you obtaining prints on a crime scene?
yes.
Next, sir, did you have a cause to create crime scene diagrams in this case?
Yes.
We'll show you what's been pre-marked as State's Exhibit 511 for identification. Ask you to thumb through that and let me know what it is.
It's a sketch of the upstairs of the residence on Golden View and the sketch sheet to go along with it.
Does that include every room in the upstairs in 11434 Golden View Lane?
Yes,
And accompanying key as to what is where in terms of placards and physical evidence?
correct.
All right, at this point, we move that into evidence.
Can I just see what, I think I showed it to Mr. Caesar.
Without hearing objection to the 511, yeah.
Okay, so starting with the master, or the kind of overall lay, kind of what's going on here.
Okay. Excuse me. As you come up the steps, you come the hallway, the master bedroom is at the top, master bath next to it. It's a guest room, storage room, laundry, bathroom, and exercise room.
Okay, just for clarification, can you kind of put where the stairs would be in this picture?
This might be easier if you take this on this.
Okay.
That screen there.
Yeah. Right in this corner. Yeah.
Ah, technology.
Okay, and diagram of the hallway, sir?
Yes. So that's the stairs coming up, the door to the master bedroom and the guest bedroom.
In the exercise room, what would that be, sir?
That'd be
There's some wire that's
right
shorting. It's obnoxious.
Item 47 is in the area of A. There were so many items that we were going to collect, we had to use an area instead of an actual individual item. That was 2 black Nike tennis shoes with staining and a king cast iron, like a doorstop type deal.
And B, C, D,
Item B was item 50, empty bottles of Robic crystal drain opener and 1 empty number 2 sewer line cleaner. There's also item 53, which was 1 empty number 2 sewer line cleaner. Item C, or placard C, was item 51. It's a Kosh Messer stainless steel kitchen knife. Item D was item 52, which was 2 empty containers of number 2 sewer line cleaner. Item E was item 54, 1 pair of universal scissors.
moving on to the master bedroom, sir.
Item F on the left-hand side of the screen is was 2 black trash bags. Item G was item 56, empty Clorox glove packaging and 1 gray cloth bag.
Let me ask you, sir, are these the placards that would have been shown in photographs where they physically?
Yes.
And I think that we've already seen that, so there's no reason to kind of go through each of them, but I just want to kind of establish that this is a sketch of the master bedroom. So,
Yes.
moving on to the master bathroom. And if you could describe kind of what's in this bathroom.
Okay. The bathtub, toilet, the sink and vanity, and 2 large plastic tubs.
In the guest bedroom, sir.
Bed, bladed dresser, and a nightstand.
Front storage room.
I can't remember what those 2 items were on the. I don't know. I can't remember if they were dressers or boxes.
In the upstairs guest bathroom, sir.
The bathtub, toilet, and the sink.
The laundry room.
That was the
In case you're wondering, not to scale. Feel like that's probably goes without saying.
It was a exercise machine. I believe there was, without referring to the picture, I can't remember what these items were.
Does your sketch of the exercise room denote that the exercise machine is on its side?
Yes.
Such an odd duck.
I have just a couple of questions. Now, when I touch a surface, it can leave a print, right?
Yes.
And depending on how porous the surface is, you might be able to collect that print.
Correct.
How long that print stays depends on what might interact with it. If the print's outside, is it going to be rained on, right?
Correct.
If it's inside, something like this, it depends on when that surface is going to be touched by someone else.
Correct.
Or cleaned or anything like that.
Yes.
So when the print is left, you don't really know how long it's been there. Is that right?
Correct.
And a couple of the matches, it looks like you only had 8 points of identification.
Correct.
Others you had more, but on a couple you only had a few points of identification. Thank you, that's all.
Just one question. Can heat play a role in whether or not the fingerprints are preserved?
I missed part of it.
Can heat play a role as to whether or not fingerprints are preserved?
It would depend on the type of heat and the other environmental conditions, humidity.
Heat in levels above 90 degrees?
I've seen the fingerprints baked on the surface when left in sunlight. Thank you.
All right, folks, that takes us to lunchtime. We're going to go ahead.
That takes us to lunchtime. That also takes us to the end of the night. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. I appreciate you a ton. Thanks for giving me some good feedback on the news segment. Decided to go a route that was both informative and funny. So, puns, those are the best. But Night Court is adjourned. You guys are awesome. You get some sleep tonight. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your friends and family. Don't forget to smile. Sometimes it's very hard to do so. And as Pantoufle says, don't let anybody dull your sparkle. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, lady. Yeah. Shine on, you crazy, crazy diamonds. I will see you on Friday. Bye.